Welcome to and welcome back to Click and Budget. My name is Ashley, and today we're going to be doing closing out for the month of August, and we're also going to go through my September 1st budget. So if you're interested in watching this, just follow along. All right, so for today we're going to be going through and finding out how much I was actually able to save for the month of August. So the first things first, I have my high priority binder right here. So I'm just gonna be talking. Maybe I'll be quiet. Don't know exactly. I don't want this to be too much of a chit chat because I want to make sure I don't mess up. So first things first, I'm gonna use my sinking funds update tracker. This is something that I created, and I got this idea from Thriving in Chaos. She was one of the first budgeters that I started watching, and I miss her channel because she's currently not recording any videos. So hopefully soon we get to watch some videos from her. But I'm just going through every single one of my binders and making sure that the balances are all correct, and then I'm gonna verify all this with my Ally account, and if it's correct, it's correct. Because at the end of this sheet, I put an area, how much I have in my Ally account, and if it adds up, that means I was actually able to count correctly for the first time. So that's a plus, because math and myself are not really good friends. So let me add this up really quick. So 5,805 for high priority. So that means we were able to save $544 for high priority, which is pretty good to me. That's something, right? Okay, so now we're gonna be doing low priority. And this tracker that I created off of Canva. So it's just based off of products that other content creators have created, and I just made it more of my own, something that's easier for me to use, because I like the color pink and some little tans. Try to make it more my vibe. I don't like the way that looks. Yeah, whatever. Vacation. Oh, what the heck? That's not supposed to be like that. So for this one, the balance for last time, I accrued $2 more in interest on this account, so it's not 1907. It is 1909. And that was right before the month started. So we were actually, I made an adjustment to my budget, and you guys are going to see that really quick. So we have 1909 currently, and I decided to just add the interest because the numbers weren't adding up to what I have originally on this one. So I decided to just start adding the interest of it so it can make sense, because I don't ever post a picture of what it looks like because the numbers don't ever add up. All right. So 265. So how did I start my budgeting? Well, originally I had over like $20,000 in debt after I had my first divorce, and I found Baddies and Budgets. I found Baddies and Budgets video, and I saw how she was able to make all that money based off of the COVID little money that she was receiving, those little checks, stimulus checks. And I started watching all her videos, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool, the cash stuffing method. And I decided to try it, and originally, at first, it was a little difficult. I was having difficulties trying to stay within a reasonable budget, because I was spending a lot of money that that I didn't have, and I ended up accruing over $20,000 in debt. And I was like, you know what? I'm currently not doing anything that I need to spend my money on. So I decided to, in 2023, to tackle the debt. And I was able, from February to diminish my debt from 20 grand. November time frame, I was actually able to pay it off, it was pretty cool. So this is low priority complete. So now we're gonna do our family binder. And yeah, so I was able to do that, and it was pretty awesome. I changed the covers just so everybody knows, the little dashboards for my little areas. This area right here, in one of my videos I mentioned that I took away from these two of my kids, and I moved it towards my oldest, so hers has a huge bump. So yeah, so I didn't want to enter another relationship or start another journey with anybody else with the debt. So I decided to do that and became debt free, and it's been the best decision I ever made. So I used to do the 50-30-20 rule, which is 50 towards your needs, 30 towards your wants, and 20 towards debt or savings. So yeah, and oh, what the heck? I forgot. This confused me for a second. This is a new envelope that I created because I found out that both of my daughters have a lot of events for Girl Scouts, and I'm like, this is starting to become very pricey, so I'm just gonna start making a little folder for a little sinking fund for Girl Scouts. So I did one for their dues, which the oldest only does 60 for 2 semesters, and the little one, her troop pays for that, so we don't have to worry about that one. Events, there's a lot of Girl Scout events that my daughters go to. They're very affordable. They're less than 20, like they're less than $30. So now that my daughter has aged out of the little troops, she's able to go with her troop with older kids. So now the little one and the oldest don't have to collide with each other, so all the events are separated. So I wanted to do that. I want to put money aside for events and trips. So apparently my oldest is going on 2 trips next year, back to back. One in April to London, and then one in May to Greece. So yeah, I need to save up for those, but they said that they're gonna pay for most of it. We just have to pay for all their spending money and some money for their boarding, like their hotel and stuff like that. So like $300. So oh dang, I didn't get the name for this creator. I believe it's KIPandLU is the one that created this. I'm not too sure. If I get that incorrect, I'll fix it, but I wanted to put this in here. Yeah, I wanted to put this in here. This is gonna be for their dues. I thought it was cute. See, the money for my cookie dealer. I feel like it's gonna be perfect for dues because the dues are only $60. So if I say 72, it could just keep going until we leave Germany. So it's perfect. So let's add this up. So 32.14. So we were able to save $260 in this binder. Whew, that's a lot. That's actually really impressive, because I did use a lot of this money for my husband's birthday. So yeah, I depleted his entire envelope and bought him golf clubs. Okay, so this is the head binder. It's one of my favorites because of the material. It's very soft. It's from ABIGALECrafts on Etsy. I'll leave it in the description every single time for all my binders. So let's start with childcare. So I don't remember what I was talking about before, but it gives you an idea of how my family started the budgeting, and we were able to survive off of this for a while until I got orders to go to Germany. So Germany uses euro. Couldn't take out cash anymore. Could not take out cash anymore, so it made my it made a lot of stuff very difficult for me because I was trying to figure out how I was gonna do this cashless system. It's very, I've been struggling a lot with it because it's so easy. Excuse me. It's so easy to swipe a card, right? Oh. Nope, I have 145, so +1. But yeah, 285 is what I have in this one. All right, so let's add all of these up again. Okay, so this is probably this is what I'm supposed to have in my Ally account. I think this is correct. $440 was added to my month ahead. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Doesn't seem like a lot, but that's a lot in my eyes. Okay, so that concludes the month ahead binder. All right, the next section is my savings. So go through the savings real quick. 12 months. Says that we have 1142. So yeah, I was that's the method that I used to get out of debt, and it worked for us. So now I'm just gonna grab the numbers from the other sections. Oh yeah, just adjust your budget, adjust the system until it works for you. So 3214. I do this every single month. I do this to keep myself accountable. This is the negative section, so 7941. It's because of the vacation, but that's actually impressive. 675. We used over $3,000 for to go to Austria and Bavaria. So being negative in 675 is actually a win for me. Right, so this is, remember I mentioned before in the beginning, I already pulled what's in my Ally account. This is what's currently in my Ally account. So this has to add up. If it doesn't add up, then I did something wrong, like always. So I already know this section right here, my service credit union. I have 1909 currently there, and that's savings. Oops, did I really put a plus sign in there? Silly. Definitely cannot be a positive with the red. So that's good. Let's add these sections up. So total, overall total, 28,672. I'm gonna subtract the 1909. And I already know why the number's not adding up to this one right here. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna add 105. And it's off by, oh yeah, it's off by $1 because apparently I did not budget $1 in my Ally account. I did not move it, so I have an additional $1 in there. So this number right here, it's correct, because I used $105 for, I took $105 out of my what is it? Self-care, because I got my nails done. So how about for everybody else? For those that are watching that are still here, how has the budgeting, which budgeting method works for you? Is the original one that you started with still working for you, or did you have to adjust your budget in order for you to be able to continue using this budgeting method? So I had to adjust my budget. What was your change that you had to do after you got out of debt, or once you, unless you're in the same situation that I'm in, where I ended up getting back into debt, but for a car, because our car got totaled. That was an accident. Nobody got hurt but the car. So the car did get hurt permanently, and it was a Subi. I loved it so much. And now we have a gas guzzling machine. It's a nice car, but it's gonna be for my husband, not for me when I get back in the States. So, all right, let me try to explain this, because it's different numbers, right? All right, so in my Ally account, I was actually able to increase it by $2,319, right? I was able to increase my Ally account. I depleted my Service Credit Union account. That's why this number overall total that we saved for the month of August is currently $923. Because remember, for my sinking funds, I sometimes take money out of it if I'm not able to cover it with my paycheck. So let's just say that I decided to swipe my cards a little bit extra for this month, right? Which I did. I swiped it a lot. It's one of my struggles that I'm currently having with being a cashless system. I'm relying on my credit cards, right? So I took money out of my self-care binder and decided to pay for my nails. So whenever I take money out of my sinking funds, I leave it in the core savings, which is still in my Ally account, and I distribute it out into different sections. You're gonna see it in my budget. So this is completed. I was able to save $923 overall total, because I took money out of my Service Credit Union to go on vacation. So this all adds, so we're good. All right, so next we're gonna go to my next tracker. This is my annual bills tracker, and I need to just make sure that I went into it and I decided to update my sections. So these are all my R bills. So these right here are the ones that my husband and I both distribute with each other. Like we go half and half with each other. These are the ones that I cover. And then this is everything that he covers. And you can see that my husband doesn't give me his totals, because yeah, it's fun trying to get those from him. He was able to do it last month. Well, I lied. Only for sometimes, but originally when we started, he was giving me the totals. So if anybody's concerned that I'm probably paying more bills, no, he's paying a lot of stuff, especially for the phone bill. The phone bills here are expensive. He's paying for both of them. So let's go back. All right, so this is the rent. We save at $3,000 a month to pay for rent. Our rent is actually $25.10 in euro, but when the euro converts to the dollar, this is what we're paying. We're paying $29.83, $2,900 and some change every single time. It changes because of the price of the euro. We put $300 aside for utilities every single month, and we put in our savings. We just leave it there. So we go $150 each. This is I added the car note for this month because we moved already the $280 that we're supposed to do each. So we have $560 currently in that checking account until it's ready to come out. And then I just have to make sure that I was able to write down all my areas before I start out for the next month. So I was budgeting incorrectly for my car insurance. Oops. So my car insurance has increased because we have a new car. Just making sure that everything is correct. So this is it. This one sometimes charges us, sometimes it doesn't. It depends if we return the bottles. This is a new subscription for Ko-fi, which I currently have. I have 2 new subscriptions with 2 content creators. And I just need to get my husband to give me his stuff. But we canceled treats for the month of September because we've been getting the same snacks. We've been getting Latin countries and a lot of Asian countries, and the snacks are the same. So we decided to just cancel it. It's not for us. So we're just, yeah, we canceled it. We received our last box yesterday. So yeah, we don't need it anymore. All right, so now that that's done, we're gonna go to our budget. And I already filled it out. Okay. So let's start from the beginning, because I'm not gonna write it down for the first. I decided to just do the 15th. We're gonna go through it with the 15th. The first, I'm just gonna do it like this, like a close out the month and then start out. All right, so for the month of September, I was paid $34.18. I mentioned previously before that my paycheck varies because of the cost of living here in Europe. So we get paid to live in the German community. And we decided as a family that we no longer want to live out in the villages anymore. We want to live on post because our landlord, I mentioned before that I just had a baby. He's already trying to charge us utilities for a baby, which is freaking ridiculous to me because I don't see a baby using that much water. He's charging $40 per person, and he's like, the baby is the person, so he's charging us already. So I'm like, you know what? This guy only contacts us for money. He never tries to help us out with anything in the house. Whenever it breaks, it takes a couple of weeks for him to respond back. Whenever we ask for help, he's not that responsive. He only reaches out when he wants money. So I'm tired of that, and we are just ready to just allow the government to keep their money, because honestly, we're not profiting being out in the community at all. So I rather them take the money out of our paycheck and then we just live without worrying about utilities, worried about the electric bill at the end of the year, and the gas. So yeah, we're tired of that. Okay, so that's my rant. Sorry about that. So paycheck number 1, I received $34.18.40. I was able to roll over $11.01. So this is a reminder that this is coming from my bills from the 15th. I leave it in my checking account, and then I pull money from the variable expenses from our shared checking account. So that's where that money is coming from. So overall total is $45.20. So my husband and I budget about $1,000 every 2 weeks, and we pull from, it's like the cash stuffing method. You know how like you have your sections? I'll show you in a sec. All right, so for rent, this has to get adjusted for the 15th. I have to add additional $20 for my next one. So it's gonna be from now on, this is supposed to be $760, but I already budgeted, I already put the money aside, and we transferred everything already. So we're just gonna pay with the 15th, the additional $20 to accommodate for the increase in our rent. So now it's gonna be more than $3,000 to cover the rent because of, yeah, the increase. Utilities is still gonna be $150. And then this is the new bill, the passport for the car. We already moved $280 to our shared checking account. And for my USAA, it increased to $179.72. So I did $180. And then Apple is $17, investments is $200, Culligan, our water, is $40, treats, I got charged already the $28 and some change, so I left it so we could cover that. Girl Scout stuff, I decided to just put it here and then send it over to my ally account so I could let it accrue interest, so when I pay for it, it'll be fine. The girls already still have money in their lunch account, so I don't have to worry about that. Nothing for the buffer. Overall total for the bills is $16.76. When I subtracted it from the overall total of $45.20, we have $28.44. We place this number to the next one, and this is what I'm talking about when I say variable expenses, when I pulled. So we still have a grocery section, household, gas, pets, fun money, and eating out. And I track this on a different spreadsheet so I can make sure we don't go over at all. So this is the adjustments that we're making to it. We increased it by $30. I took $30 from the pets because the pets still have everything they need. They have their litter, they have their food, they have all their snacks. So I just took the money from them. Household's gonna stay the same. Gas, I did increase this one. It was originally at $150, so I increased it by $100, and I took that money from the fun money. Took it from fun money. I took $100 from fun money. Yes. And eating out still get $150, and we do half and half. So my husband does $500, I do $500, so I only subtract $500 from this total up here, and it's $23.44.39. I don't worry about the cents. So now we're gonna move it into our debt section, which is the credit cards. So I don't I pay off my credit cards every 2 weeks. So at the end of the month, I don't have any rollover for the next month. So my credit cards are always paid off. Husband does the same thing too. He pays off his credit cards. So we have no credit card debt. So I mentioned before that I have issues swiping the card. So as you notice, this is definitely more than $1,000 in variable expenses, right? Yeah, I have an issue swiping my card a lot. So it's something that I'm working on. And so far for the month of September, I'm actually doing pretty good. All right, so green means I already paid for this from the paycheck. I already paid for it. That's how I account for it. So this is $7.98.17. I always round it up to the nearest dollar. I do it all for the other ones as well. The 15th, I didn't do that for one of them because the other cents covered it. So overall total for this debt is $2,010. Subtracted this from the leftovers, and we have $334 that we're going to be working with for our sinking funds, and that is not a lot compared to what I did the other months. Just because now we have a car payment. All right. So here is the next section. This is where our sinking funds and our savings are at. So leftover, we have $334, and you see this 105? I pulled that from my self-care binder and I moved it to the core savings. So these two are together now. So we have $439 that we're gonna be budgeting. And if you notice, there's 3 different colors. So this blue color is priority section. So I want to prioritize these sections at all times. Month ahead is only gonna get the minimum, which is $83 in order to fulfill my sections for my month ahead. And then you're gonna see it in purple. The purple means it's from this section right here, the 105. And I wanted to even out all the numbers. So this is what I'm gonna be receiving. I'm gonna be putting aside for these savings. So overall total is 187. I'm not adding up these right here because I already did the totals and it's 105. So we have 147 left over, and my sections are not getting as much. The only section that's going to be getting the most is our gifting section, which covers my family. So my oldest is going to get the most because I want her binder, her sinking fund to get the most because she is the oldest. She's going to leave the house in 4 years. So the little ones don't really have to worry much because they still have time in the house. And I decided to put money into the Girl Scout section. That's why I'm going to increase this to 80 from now on to cover for the Girl Scout section because we have to save for trips, events, and dues. So each section has something. This one The vacation, I made an adjustment to that. I only added $1 so I could round it up. So once I could even it out. So it's 19, with this dollar is gonna be 19.10. So I don't have to worry about that, 19.09. And everything is totally now compared to what we have in the sinking fund, because I didn't want no I didn't want some odd numbers. I wanted to at least have the 5s and above. So this total is 147, and then once I was done, it had a 0 cushion, which is good because that's what I needed. And then for this section right here, I put our joint checking account, bills, credit cards, what's going to our ally, and then what's going to vacation, and then Girl Scouts and lunch money and buffer, right? So for our joint, it increased from, what was it originally? So if I do, subtract 280. So originally we had to put 1,400 into our joint checking and increased by 280. So now it's 1,680 that we have to do on the first every single time. Our bills are $466. Credit cards is $2,000. So this is my issue right here. I have swiping issues. It's so easy to swipe a card, right? This is what I'm trying to change, a bad habit. So this is going to be changing from now on, because I want to pretend now that we're no longer getting that extra money to live off post. We're living on post. So I'm going to try to trick myself into believing that. So this section right here, this is different. Let me change this. So this is no longer, oops. So it's gonna be 33. So we are moving $363 to my ally account because I took away $2 from vacation because I ended up accruing that interest. So now it's at 19.10 because I want to make sure it's correct. So let's make sure that this number does add up. Just, I don't want to, that's where I messed up at. I almost messed up. I didn't change this one to 1. Cool. So it's 45.20, and then I put right here transfer within ally 105, which I did. So this all adds up together. And I already did this, I did this, and I did this. And I did this already. So, oh, and I did this. The only thing that I have not done yet is the bills, because those come out throughout the month. So this is how I budget my paycheck. Yeah, this is how I budget for the first paycheck. So if you're still here and you're watching me ramble on, tell me if you actually enjoy me talking or if you prefer me to just guide through all my stuff without talking as much. I just wanted to do a little introduction about who I am, how I started, and how this system is working out for my family now that we're in Germany and stuff. So if you did enjoy watching my video, you could like, you could comment, you could subscribe. It would, I would appreciate it a lot. I do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch me vent, ramble, show you how I budget and how we were able to save for the month. So I do appreciate you, and if you want to watch my happy mail, just stay here and you're gonna see it pop up in a sec. So I have 2 for today. This looks terrible. I have to take out our address and stuff like that, but this is from, I think, I don't want to get the name wrong, so I'm gonna pull it out. So this is Southern Grace Decor. Right there. But I wanted these right here, these little Hogwarts. These are so cute. These are adorable. Wow, they're really, oh, they're made, or Ah, photo paper. That's nice. I wanted this debt tracker. I saw this this little Lilo and Stitch Save 75. I thought it was cute. It's really adorable. It's really nice material. It's photo paper, you could tell. I looked at the back of it. It's really nice. And then I got this one. I'm a Ravenclaw, so if you are not, I'm not sorry. But yeah, Ravenclaw is mine, and I got this one. I love it so much. I'm probably gonna add it to one of my little saving challenges too. So this is all the stuff that I got from Southern Grace Decor off of Etsy. This is her information. Her name is Heather Christensen. I ordered from BudgetWithAmanda. She's one of my favorite YouTube content creators. But she says, thank you so much for your order. I hope you enjoy your items. I got 2 of them, right? I saw this. I was like, I need this. I need this bad. So this is a budget loteria, right? So if you're Latino and you know anything about loteria, this is, she made a little game out of it, which I love so much because this was my game growing up, man. I'm telling you, this was definitely my game, and it comes with little cards too. It's a tiny little envelope. Look at this. Oh, this is so awesome, right? Look at this. Oh, I love it. Loteria is like the game, and I used to play with this with my family all the time, and we had fights all the time. Yeah, it was fun. So I had to get this. When I saw this, I was like, yo, I need that. I need that. Okay, so next one. It's called Let's Go Grocery Shopping. I saw this on her Etsy. I was like, yeah, I need this one too. So 2 little IOUs, and then these are the little cards that go with it. I mentioned before, I need to get an A6 binder. I only have A5 binders. It's the how to play. So there's 2 ways to play it. So there's the easy way and the hard way. This is a free little mini, which is Catastrophe. It's a mini savings challenge right behind the card. So I'm gonna keep these. I'm gonna start keeping these little thank you notes. So, all right. So if you enjoyed watching this video, I'm gonna say this one more time, even though I said it before. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch me struggle and figure out how I'm gonna do this whole budgeting system out loud. So appreciate you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.